Yeah, all day I just be listening to the information. I add music in the back. It's all messed up. I add music in the back, and I just listen to the information all day long. Which one is this one? It's not. I can't read it all.
Okay. The quote, it is not a destination, it's a journey, is often attributed
it's not
to American
perfect timing. It's not the destination, it's the journey.
However, Emerson may not have actually written the words, but he may have written something similar, such as to finish the moment, to find the journey's end in every step of the road. To live the greatest number of good hours is wisdom. That's powerful. The quote sometimes used for self-help, mindfulness, or as a way to boost morale. Someone doesn't achieve a goal.
He's kicking that stuff. Listen.
Some say that enjoying the journey is just as important as reaching the destination. And that each moment of life can be a source of joy and learning. Others say that the journey shapes who we become and how we approach life, and that challenges along the way can be opportunities for growth. For example, we can learn to adapt to new situations, persevere through difficult times, and appreciate small victories. So again, it is not the destination, it's the journey.
Facts. Listen, I didn't. Let me see if I can
Why that's significant to me and why I wanted to share it to you is because the salty.
Listen, I didn't plan that. That just happened. I'm driving through the park. I don't know if you can see. I'm driving through Keeney Park on this nice sunny day. Let's get back to this game.
Everybody that's have a magazine don't have what I have. Just talking about the things that God said is coming, right? Everybody that has a wife does not have what I have. In every situation in my life, I could have all those things that I mentioned, and if I didn't have what I have, because of what I know, it would be absolutely empty to me. It would have no value to me. Now, if I did not know what I know, right, then I would be ignorant of the value of what I have. And did you hear that? I would be ignorant of the value of what I have, right? But because I know, I am going back to this. It is not the destination, it is the journey, right? The Most High wants us to have true value and weight, right? That's what the salting is for, is the true value and the weight, right? The heaviness, weight, footprints, right? So now, remnant, now that the 8 years, right, has concluded, you will begin to see the things that I have said, prophesied. They are about to start happening in droves. They've never seen the Andre Leviticus, that they've never seen him, right? They've never seen the one that's here and that's coming. They've never seen it, right? The Most High has kept me back, kept me where He wanted me to be. Now the time is up, and I'm telling you, it don't really matter if you believe it or not. I'm unconcerned about that. I've been around many that haven't believed on a national, international level. Understand that. I have faith, non-belief, higher than most people could ever imagine. What do you mean by that, Dre? Well, you measure measure it, right? You measure it by the amount of pressure, right? Because somebody could have a brother that just so negative in his life, right? And gives them the blues, always saying something negative. You ain't gonna come every time. I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go do this, and your brother say, "Boy, you ain't gonna do nothing." Right? Some people have that. Some people have relatives that's like that. Their family is like that, right? Some people go to school and they got people who don't believe in them, right? And so they have dealt with some of the non-belief, right? But I said, most people probably could not deal with the non-belief from millions of people, and not just millions of people, from networks, right, and media empires that spread it around the world, right? So what I'm saying is that I'm not only faced with the non-belief from people, right, that I know, but from millions out there. When they did that article on me, you can go look it up, about Seattle hires ex-pimp as a street czar, as a czar. That went international, and the amount of pushback from Fox News with Tucker Carlson, from everywhere, from Europe, everywhere, it went everywhere. The pushback I got here, even though I passed the law, but because it was so international, the pressure, the pushback, oh my God, you don't understand. So I'm only saying that to say that's something very familiar to me. I'm talking to the remnant, and I'm telling you guys to prepare yourselves. Simply prepare yourselves. Things about to get very supernatural. Prepare yourselves. All right? I am so happy that I have told you guys the prophecies, all the things. I was laughing with Dub today because I was like, boy, the remnant, boy, they are so sharp. I was like, I remember, I think last week or week before last or something, we was talking about something, and I think it was Cavassier or something, ain't gotta be crooked. He was like, yeah, man, because the Lord said he gonna give you everything you asked for, but just don't mess it up. I said, boy, I couldn't get away if I wanted to. Boy, they be on it. You're right. So get ready. The Most High said that the blessing will be a great celebration in LA. I don't know, because he hasn't told me, but I know we're going to be in LA. I'm not going to say, because if I knew for sure, I'd be like, something going down. I can't say that. I don't know. I do know that the blessing will be a great celebration in LA. Now, however that manifests, it's going to manifest. You know ahead of time. I've told you ahead of time. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Yeah, they was hating when I became that czar. It was so crazy. I shook up the world. But it didn't stop nothing. It didn't stop nothing. That is, each will be held responsible for his action, purpose, goals, motives, the use and misuse of his time, opportunities, and abilities. 2 Corinthians 5:10. That's good. Misuse of his time, opportunities, and abilities. That's good. That is, each will be held responsible for his action, purposes, goals, motives, the use or misuse of his time, opportunities, and abilities. 2 Corinthians 5:10. That's heavy. Yes, so there's no pressure, right? It's just like when I was like, I want to be in the area completely when I can just move and be unaffected by whatever, but we only see and know in part, right? But of course it's a desire, right? To have, to be, I talk about being unpenetrated in my own life, I challenge whatever, but still, I'm not going to lie and tell you that waiting didn't wear me out. Oh yeah, it was designed to do it. right? Whatever God is deemed your soul to be, is to crush you and to break you. Because he said that my desire is that men would be broken before me as though they were dead. So there's no way around it, right? Zoe said those types of moves was powerful, and I felt it was confirmation that the Most High is with you. Absolutely, he keeps showing up and keeps showing out. So I just wanted to really just take you back over here before we end and read this one more time. The quote is, "It is not the destination, it's the journey." The quote is sometimes used for self-help, mindfulness, as a way to boost morale. If someone doesn't achieve, listen, because I read that wrong. The quote is sometimes used for self-help, mindfulness, or as a way to boost morale if someone doesn't achieve a goal. That's good, right? That is not the destination, it's the journey. Some say that enjoying the journey is just as important as reaching the destination. I remember I used to tell Dove when we was working out back in like 2015 and 14 and 13, and I'd be like, let me tell you one thing about you. I might have told her before then, yes, but I bring it back. One thing about you is that you will be in a blessed space, and the enemy will have you in your mind where you can't enjoy the blessing right now, right? And the only time that you think about how blessed you was is when you get past it, and then when you look at where you were, and you be like, wow, I was that. Like if you're working out, and you know what I'm saying? If her weight was a certain weight, but she couldn't appreciate it at the time. And then when you go years and then you gain some weight or get big or whatever it is, and you look back, I'm like, God dang, man, I was cool. That's how the enemy do you. He take away your now blessing because you always thinking about a destination